Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. I want to make sure that everyone can hear me okay and also see my screen. So, if you could quickly just drop a note in the chat to the left and let me know that you guys can hear and see okay, we'll get started in just a couple minutes. Awesome. Okay, sounds like everything's working as it should be. We'll give it just a minute or two for a couple more attendees to join, and then we'll hop right into the overall agenda, the presentation, and the demo for today. We also will have a Promoboxx support team member monitoring the chat. So if you guys do have questions throughout the presentation, feel free to drop them in there. We'll make sure that you get those answered, and then we'll have a live Q&A at the end as well. All right, looks like we have a good attendee list here. So let's go ahead and hop right in. So first of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Ali Rancourt. I'm the Vice President of Customer Success here at Promoboxx. I work with all of our brands and retailers to make sure that they're successful on the platform. And our main goal is to support you, your retailers, and the business. So today, wanted to walk through basically a Promoboxx 101. So what's the big picture? What is Promoboxx? How can it benefit your business? We want to make sure that you know the digital marketing trends and best practices so that you're utilizing the tool to your benefit. We'll talk about some Promoboxx specific features and functionalities. We'll actually then dive right into a live demo of your retailer experience. So we'll walk through the dashboard together. Then we'll talk about some support and troubleshooting help materials that we have, teams that we have available to you, next steps, and then, like I said, a live Q&A. Um, if anyone just joined, you can put questions in the chat at any point. We do have a support team member in there that will answer those, but we will do the live Q&A at the end as well, and we'll make sure to answer those live. If you do have to jump early today, this will be fully recorded, and we will send a recording to everyone that registered. So you will receive that in your email inbox by the end of the day today. All right, so let's hop into the big picture. What is Promoboxx? So, Promoboxx is a free digital marketing tool that allows your business to easily promote brand content on your social media platforms. We also do have some tools like email and downloadables, and the main goal is to make sure that you have high quality marketing assets that are co branded, customizable, and benefit your business. So the big picture is essentially on the left-hand side. What we allow you to do is connect with all of the brands that you work with. So we want to make sure that you have multiple brand connections through the platform. And those brands are uploading brand approved digital marketing content, those high quality assets, videos that you can then share directly through your social channels. And you, as the aligned retailer in the center here, we want to make sure that you have all of the resources and social content that you need to inform your consumer. So we want the consumers to be educated, knowledgeable about where your business is located, what type of products and brands that you carry, so that they can research, do their education, come in store and purchase those products. So our goal is really to drive those retailers and drive those consumers to your business. So one of the benefits of Promoboxx, there's quite a few. We picked out 5 here just to highlight. The first one is being able to download exclusive brand approved content. So our brands are creating content specifically for you and uploading those as campaigns to the dashboard. And that content is customizable. So you are able to make changes to the copy, share those out onto your social pages, and really drive local awareness in your community. We want to make sure that we are saving you time, money, and resources. So we do have a lot of tools built into our platform like automation, share scheduling, which we'll talk a little bit more about today. And then everything that you're doing through the platform, we want to make sure that you're getting all of those engagements back in our reporting. So there is a full reporting section where you can track all the activity and the consumer insights. We also have paid ad opportunities through the platform, and we will talk a little bit more about those today as well. One of our newest features is our retailer wallet. So that is a new functionality that will allow you to participate in more paid ad opportunities than you may have before. So we'll actually look at that in the live demo together today. So let's first start off before we get into those specific features, talking about some social media trends and best practices that we typically are seeing across the industry. So, if you're not currently on social media, we definitely encourage you to have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter pages created for your business. What we are seeing is that social media is present and it just continues to grow. So, we see that there's 3.5 billion social media users worldwide. So, that's a huge group that we're able to access through these channels. And a lot of shoppers are actually turning to social media to help with their buying decisions. So before they make a big purchase, go in store, they're turning to social media to make sure that they're educated and have insights on the products and businesses that carry those products. So because we are seeing so many people turn to social, we want to make sure that you're present and they can find your business online. Now, like I said, this is continuing to grow. We see that most marketing has really changed from traditional marketing, which is where we were seeing more billboards, radio, and it's moved over to digital. So we are seeing that a lot of activities happening on these social pages: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And if we look at the chart on the right hand side, the spend on these digital channels just continues to go up and to the right. So that is going to continue. Year over year, we're seeing that increase, and we're going to see that as we go into 2025, 2026. So, again, just making sure that you are present and following the trends. Traditional marketing, we definitely do recommend still supporting some efforts there, but it's ensuring that you are also supporting those efforts on the digital side. We get this question a lot from retailers. How often should you be posting on social? So, we do have some recommendations around Instagram and Facebook channels. Instagram is typically about 3 to 7 times per week, whereas Facebook's a little bit more frequent. It's actually about 1 to 2 times per day. And this is based on the way that those channels are built, the way that consumers are interacting with those feeds, and also the algorithms on those channels. These are recommendations we also provide to our brand users. So, if you are utilizing tools like automation, a lot of times they're also ensuring that you're hitting these minimums or maximums on these channels, making sure that you always have content populating so that when consumers are coming to find your business, they can see what type of products you're carrying. One thing we definitely recommend to keep in mind is the marketing funnel. So, really, the path to purchase that a consumer goes through before they make a purchase. So, we also share this with our brands. This is the type of content that you're going to see on the platform. It's really important to make sure that you're sharing a mix of inspirational, educational, and promotional content. So at the top of the funnel on the left, this is the inspirational content phase. So the consumer is going through this phase of they're becoming aware of the product or the brand, and they're initially just building that interest. They want to know more. So inspirational content during that phase is going to make sure that they're feeling inspired, and then actually move them into the educational phase. So once they're aware of a product or brand, they're interested in it, they want to learn more. They want to start to consider it and be educated on it and maybe think about actually making a purchase. Educational content is super important here, making sure that there's something that you're solving for. And then once they go through both of those inspirational educational phases, we move into the promotional phase. And so this is when they actually are evaluating making a purchase and going in store. Now, even after you have a consumer that goes through the initial funnel, we want to make sure that they are a continued loyal customer. So, a mix of all three of these pieces of content is going to ensure that there's customer loyalty at your business, and they're continuing to learn about new brands that you're carrying or new products that you have that are things that they haven't purchased from you in the past. Just to give you an idea of what could fall into those categories, we have a couple of different bullets here. So, inspirational on the left, this can be really thoughtful messaging that you're sharing. A lot of times, we want to make sure inspirational content starts conversation. So, things that you're sharing where you'll feel like your consumers are actually commenting and writing back to each other in the post. Starting conversation is super important, and that also leads really well into that loyalty piece. Educational is making sure that you do offer a solution to a problem, also developing that trust, making sure that you're informing them with different pieces of material that, again, are showing them that you're solving a problem that they might have and ensures that they want to come in and shop that product. And then promotional content is when you actually are sharing, a sale or promotion that you're having in store, an event, more of a product specific focus. So this is after they've gone through the inspirational and educational phase, they want to come in and actually shop your business. All right, so let's dive into some specific features that we can help you with through the Promoboxx platform that lends to a lot of the things we've talked about so far. So we have multi-channel promotion through Promoboxx. There's content available for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so all those social channels. A lot of the brands that you work with will also provide other assets in the email section, landing page and website integration. So you might see some banners and buttons, and then also that paid advertising piece. So making sure that you're reaching new local consumers within your area. Here's a quick glance at the content dashboard. So we'll dive into this together in the live demo. But essentially, some of the things that you're able to do in here are download your assets, view active campaigns, look at the reporting that's happening with all of the content that you're sharing. We also have the ability for you to create and update your schedule, reach out to our support team, and then update any of your account settings. So, this is the main hub. We want to make this really a one stop shop for you. Everything that you need to do is within the main dashboard. Some favorite features. So we'll chat through these in depth. Automation is a big one. This is a time-saving tool. We have a lot of retailers that are set up to automate through Promoboxx. We also have share scheduling. So this is something where you can schedule out a post instead of having it pre-automate based on the brand schedule. Downloadable assets are available for offline use. So if you're not just driving content on social, you guys might need an asset for print or your website. And then again, reporting. So we'll track all the activity that's happening within the platform. So let's talk a little bit more about automation because this is a really important one. So we have this tool available for both Facebook and Instagram. This is something you can turn on for each brand. So you can have it on for one brand and not the other. There is the ability to kind of flex there. And basically, what automation is when you have this feature turned on, the brands will actually select the content that's going to automate and the date and time that it will go out onto your Facebook and or Instagram feed. So if you don't have the time to be logging into Promoboxx and manually sharing, you don't have a social media person in-house, and you just know that you want your pages to be populated with high quality content, this is such a great tool to do that. Like I said earlier, we share all of these tips and tricks with our brand, so they'll ensure that they're sharing inspirational, educational content, a mix onto your pages. And they also know the best practices when it comes to frequency and how often you should be sharing content. So they'll follow those rules and guidelines when it comes to automation. When we dive into the demo, I will show you guys how to turn this feature on. When it is on, you also will get an automated summary every Monday that lets you know what's been shared on your behalf through the platform so that you do have visibility into what's happening on your pages. Now, if you would prefer some more control when it comes to what's going out on your pages through Promoboxx, we do have share scheduling. So what this means is instead of turning on automation, you can actually go in and manually schedule out the posts for the month or the week. So you can pick the date and time that you want those posts to go out and really build out a content calendar. This is also a great time saving tool. So instead of maybe coming in daily or weekly, you could come in at the beginning of the month and schedule out posts for the month so that you know you have content going out and you can be more selective about what type of content you're sharing. And a lot of our retailers will do a mix of both. They'll have automation turned on, but they'll also come in and supplement with some of their own scheduled posts as well. Another cool feature that you'll see on some of the posts is the option to change the link destination. So when a brand creates a post, they do have the option to create a link share post. And what that means is if a consumer was to click on it, it will lead them to a URL or a website. Typically, that website is going to be your retailer URL. So whatever you've entered in your enrollment or registration. You can, if this option is showing, update that link destination. So if you do have a specific product page that you're trying to drive consumers to, you can copy and paste that link into this section and ensure that those posts are going to that specific landing page on your website instead of just that base URL, for example. And then the last one we want to highlight before we go into the demo is the new retailer wallet. So the retailer wallet is essentially the ability for you to come in and actually fund ads through the Promoboxx platform. So in the past, you may have received funds directly from your brand, or you may have just used the platform for organic content. You now have the ability to come into Promoboxx and allocate funds to paid ad campaigns so that you are reaching new consumers within your area. The goal of paid ads is to make sure that we're not only reaching your current following on Facebook or Instagram, but to reach new consumers that are maybe not familiar with your business. We want to grow your business. We want to make sure that consumers are aware, they're coming in store, they know what you're carrying. And so paid ads is a really important way for you to do this. So we'll actually go through that together in the demo today. And then just the last piece here, reporting. Like I said earlier, all the consumer insights that you're gaining on these posts, we pull them directly into Promoboxx for you. So you can actually see post by post, how many impressions are you getting, how many clicks, what's the activity that's happening with those posts. And we have that both for organic and paid ads so that you are able to compare on an organic post, maybe you got a couple likes. On a paid ad, maybe you were generating a lot more likes and impressions from new consumers in your area. All right, so let's hop into the demo together. I'm just going to flip over into a new tab here. So you guys should be able to see the retailer dashboard. So what you see at the top here, first thing I just want to call out, we do have our billboard feature. So anytime there is like a new feature that we're launching on the platform or announcement, you guys will be able to see that at the top of your screen here. So for example, that retailer wallet. And this is just some informative information for you on what's kind of new and fresh that you should be checking out on the platform. As I scroll down here, I'm able to see my campaign content. So these are any campaigns that your brand has created for you. You can see on the campaigns on the bottom left-hand corner, we have the icons of what type of channels are available within that campaign. So for example, we have banner shares, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, downloadables, and that looks like the same for this campaign here. What I want to reference here is how to filter onto your dashboard. So we have brand content on the left. So this is going to be where any of your brand campaigns filter in. And you actually can look at all the brands that you carry in this drop-down menu here, or all the brands that you're accessing through Promoboxx, I should say, in this drop-down menu. So I have a couple of test brands, but if I wanted to narrow it down to one brand, you can do that just to ensure you're only seeing that brand's content. If not, it's typically going to be filtered to all, so you'll see all campaigns that are available to you. Additionally, if you have multiple businesses, this drop-down menu here will allow you to toggle between your businesses. So if you do have a couple of stores that you're managing, you do have the option to do that as well. And then on the left-hand side here, we also have what we call industry content. And this is what I'll use for the demo today. So outside of the brand content that you are receiving through Promoboxx, we also have industry content that you can access. What we do is basically create content that is specific to the industry that you might be in. So you might be in the pet care industry, cycling, appliances. Depending on what industry you're in, you should have access to that type of content. You should also have the local business content available. So we'll just take a look at that today because it should be something everybody has across the board. What I'm going to do here is click into a campaign so we can actually see how easy it is for you to share. So for example, let's say I wanted to share from this spring shopping and sales campaign. I would just click view and share here. This is going to upload all of the share channels that are available to me, and then how many assets are available within each share channel. So for example, I have 10 Facebook shares, 10 Twitter, 10 Instagram, and then 10 downloadables. So I'm going to pop into Facebook, and I will see a preview of all the assets that have been created. Now, again, this is our industry content, so it is a more lifestyle, inspirational, generic post that you might share in between your branded campaigns, but the setup is the same. So we're just going to use this for the demo today. So let's say we wanted to do this spring sale at the bottom. I'm going to click preview and share. On the left-hand side, you're going to see a preview of what that content looks like. And then on the right-hand side, you're going to be able to see how you can make any customization changes and schedule out that content to your page. So on the right-hand side, if you do have multiple pages, they are available in this drop-down menu to pick from. So if you have multiple Facebook pages or Instagram pages, you can select which page you want to share to. You will also see add a message here. Now, you can add a totally custom message, but you also can use the brand suggested copy. And sometimes there will be multiple brand suggestions. So what I'm going to do here is actually use the brand suggested copy. And then at the bottom, I'm going to add some additional customization. So I might add a hashtag, shop small, shop local. Maybe you're having a specific sale in store and you want to call that out, 25% off this weekend. So that customization is really ensuring that it's coming from your retailer voice. If there are specific call outs for your business that are important to highlight, that you include those in here. So alongside the brand suggested copy, you're customizing it to make sure it's specific to your business. Once I have the post the way that I like it, I can go ahead and share it directly onto Facebook, or I can schedule it out with that schedule tool for a later date and time. So maybe I know the sale is coming up this weekend. I want this post to go out on Friday. I'm going to select a custom time, and then I'm going to do Friday morning and schedule on Facebook. So what that will do is actually add that to my calendar, and we'll take a look at what the calendar looks like together so that you can see an overview of anything that you've shared or scheduled out directly through the platform. Next, what I'll do is just show you what it looks like from the Instagram and Twitter perspective. It is the same workflow. So essentially, you will just pick the post, add in your customization, and then have the ability to schedule or share to a later date. And so I'll show you what that looks like. Just give this a minute to schedule. There we go. So let's say I scheduled that out for Facebook. Then I want to hop into Twitter. And for Twitter, I want a different post. I want to share something for Easter. I can preview and share here. At the top, make sure your account is connected. Looks like my test account has disconnected, so you'll want to make sure that that's connected and doesn't have any errors there. And then I would go ahead and post directly on Twitter after I add the brand suggested copy. And then Instagram, again, very similar process. Let's say I wanted to do this Easter post. I can see the preview on the left, my Instagram businesses and a list here, add in that brand suggested copy. And then this one, I'm just going to post directly onto my feed right now. Now, the other channel that we have here within campaigns that you might see available is downloadables. So this is just high quality assets that you can download to your computer. So if you click download here, you'll see the asset on the left, and this is going to just download right to your desktop. So again, this might be something that you want to use on your website. It might be something you'll use internally in store. Just want to make sure that you have those high quality assets available to you. All right, I'm going to go back to content here. And then on the main page, what I want to show you next is going into that schedule tool. So now that I have content that's shared, I'm going to go into the schedule on the left, and I can actually see that Instagram share executed today, and then I scheduled that Facebook share for Friday morning. So if you click on these, you can actually see a preview of what's gone out. This is also where you'll see anything scheduled for automation. So if you do have automation turned on with your brand and there are posts scheduled for the upcoming week or month, you'll be able to see those scheduled posts on your calendar. You can also make edits to those shares. So even if you are automated, you can edit that post before it goes out on your behalf. So that way you do have some customization options, some control over the schedule that your brand has created. All right. So I'm going to go back into industry content here just because that's what we're demoing today. And this is where I want to show you guys the new wallet feature. So you may be familiar with paid ads. It's possible that your brand has given you dollars towards paid ads in the past. So if we click in the paid ads section, this is where I'm going to see campaigns that I can actually fund or have been given funds from my brand to share out onto social. So I have two different previews here. I have one for Support Small Business and one for National Mom and Pop Business Owner Day. Now, you'll see that they look a little bit different, and this is because one is actually a brand funded ad and one is an ad that I can fund directly from my Promoboxx wallet. So anytime you see an ad that says available brand funds, in this case, it means the brand actually gave me $20 to run this ad. So if I want to participate, the ad begins tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I actually do want to run this ad. So I'm going to click Run Paid Ad. I can see what the campaign is about. I can see when the campaign starts, who the target audience is. So this ad specifically is going to target any consumers ages 18 to 65 that fall into these interest categories, gender, both male and female. And this is going to run a 15-mile radius around my business location. So again, the goal of paid ads is to reach new consumers within your local area to ensure that they're familiar with your business or, promotion or anything that you might be running. So I'm going to go ahead. I do have the option in this case to add additional funds. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead with the $20 that the brand provided me. I do have the option to actually update the URL. So what that means is, where is this going to direct a consumer if they were to click on the ad? So I'm just going to put in, let's say, my retailer website. Call to action, instead of learn more, I want to update it to shop now. Ensure that I have the correct Facebook page selected. And then I'm going to click run paid ad. And what that means is the ad is actually going to go live at the date and time selected here. So it's going to go live tomorrow through the 29th. All right. So I'm going to go back into paid ads here. And now let's look at the retailer funded option. So this one, I didn't get any funds from my brand, but if I want to participate in this ad campaign, I can actually add my own funding. So here I'm going to click Run Paid Ad Campaign. I can see that I have $66 in my retailer wallet. I actually want to add some additional funds. So instead, I want to add like $100, for example. Go to Payment Details. Here is just where you type in your credit card information. So we have this run through Stripe, which you may be familiar with. Add in your credit card details, click Pay, and that's going to add $100 or whatever deposit you've selected to your retailer wallet. Once those funds are added, I can go ahead and add in my funding amount here. So I'm going to run this ad for $50. Similar process, I can go ahead and change my URL or call to action. I'm going to keep these here and then run paid ad. So I'm now opted into 2 paid ad campaigns through the platform. One is going to start tomorrow, and then one will start on April 1st. And I will have all that insight in my paid ads tab here. So I can see both of those ads when they begin and all of that criteria that we just looked at together. Now I want to reference in the top right-hand corner, this is where your retailer wallet lives. So you'll see this little wallet icon. Here's where you can see if you have received campaign funds from a brand. So if they provided you, in this case, $20 towards a campaign. You also can see if they've given you wallet funds. So what this means is, if the retailer or if the brand gave me $100 in my wallet, I can actually use that towards any campaign of my choosing from that brand. So I have $100 to distribute across maybe 2 or 3 different ad campaigns. And then where you see deposited funds, this is where you can add funds as a retailer. So that process that we just walked through, same process here. You can add $100, go to payment details, add in your credit card info, and then basically fill your wallet for any brand campaigns that you may be invited to. If you don't see any ads in this section, there is an option to request more campaigns. So you actually can say, hey, I want to run a paid campaign on behalf of your brand. I'm going to select the brand here. And then you actually can provide a note to them. So if you want to run a specific event or run a specific promotion on a new product that they launched, leave them a note, let them know what type of content or paid ad that you're looking for. And that request will go directly to our brand users. So they'll actually receive that note and hopefully upload a campaign that will be usable for your business. We also have that option in the organic campaign section. So if you get to the bottom of your campaigns and you didn't find what you're looking for, we have that request more campaigns option here as well. So you can say, hey, local business, I am looking for a campaign that I didn't see in here. Here's the type of content I'm looking for, or send them a specific note about a product that maybe you are trying to promote in store. All right, couple more tabs I want to show you on the left. Reporting, we talked about earlier. So this is essentially where you'll be able to see any reporting on the organic and paid content that you're sharing. So for example, once you share a post, you will be able to see the post that you shared here, the channel that it was shared on, and then the views, actions, and clicks that were happening with that post. We have that both for organic and then paid. So those two paid ads, once they run, I will start to see that reporting filter into this section here. And what you will notice is a lot of times the paid ads are going to get a lot more views, actions, and clicks than the organic content. And that's the goal. Those dollars are going to push more activity and push new eyes on that content. Business info tab on the left is important just to ensure that your information is always up to date. So just preview this for you here to ensure that you can check out this section, make sure that you have everything updated. So we have your business name in here, website URL, which I mentioned earlier. A lot of times we're going to pull your website URL as the link destination for your organic or paid ads. So make sure that you have your website updated. A lot of times we also will pull in your phone number to different copy or creative. So want to make sure that that's updated as well. Now in business info, you also can select the locations tab and ensure that we have your address listed here. This is super important because when you do run a paid ad through the platform, we are going to target a 15-mile radius around your business locations. Any locations you have listed, we will run the ad a 15-mile radius around each location that you have on Promoboxx. Now, if 15 miles is not the best radius for your business, we can change that. So we can update it to 50 would be the maximum. So between 15 and 50. And that's something that you would need to request from our support team. If you do have any questions for our support team, this is a great call out here. We have this little support icon on the bottom right-hand side. So you can actually click on this icon and send us a note at any time. We do have a live chat option that you'll see here as well. So this is a great way for you to get in touch with our team. And for this specific example, if you wanted to update your radius, just type in a note here and you can get in touch directly with our team so we can update that on the account for you. Another important tab is social accounts. So social accounts ensures that you have your Facebook and Twitter pages connected. So in this case, I have 3 different pages connected. You will see if you have any errors or issues with the page. So in that case, you actually can open up the permissions manager. And what this will do is check on your Facebook connection. If you are missing permissions, this will call out the permissions that you're missing and will also prompt you to fix those permissions. So this is a really helpful tool. This is also where you will update automation settings. So for example, my Promoboxx test business, I want to turn on automation for a couple brands. I'll click on settings and then toggle on automation for the brands of my choosing. And make sure you hit save at the bottom right here, super important. Now, this is also where you can turn on automation for paid ads. So when you do get invited to paid ads from your brand, if you want those to go out directly onto your page without having to come in, claim the ads, you can actually turn that on as well. So all you'd have to do is select which page you want those ads to automate on, and then click save on the bottom right. Now, if you do have any connection issues with your pages, this is also a really great time to reach out to our support team. They can happily help you with any page issues that you might be having. They're super supportive. And we also have a ton of Academy articles built out for you that can walk you through this process. If you do want to take a look at any of those articles, we do also have this help icon on the top right that leads directly to our support center. And in that support center, we have a ton of videos, step-by-step articles, frequently asked questions, all of those types of things in here so that you can get started and make sure that you're sharing appropriately on Promoboxx. But if you have any questions, our support team is the best to help with this. And then the last tab here, we do have the ability for you to add multiple users to your account. So if you wanted to invite a new user, let's say you hired someone for social or you don't have the marketing person for your business invited to Promoboxx, you can go ahead and just add in their email here and they'll receive an email invitation directly to access Promoboxx. Couple more tabs I want to show you. We do also have a downloadables tab on the left. This is very similar to like a Dropbox, a DAM that you might be using through another service. So outside of the organic and paid campaigns that your brands are creating, they also have the ability to create just downloadable folders for you. So a lot of times they might have product images in here, PDFs, other files that might be outside of just assets, logos, all of those types of things. So you can go ahead, click into the folders. Sometimes they'll have them filtered by tags. You could even search for exactly what you're looking for. And then once you find the asset that you need, let's see if I have one in here. Oh, it's a test account. So a lot of times these will be empty. But once you find the asset that you need, for example, this one here, I'll go ahead, click on the asset and download. And that again just goes directly to your desktop. So then you have that high quality asset for whatever you might need in store. Last thing I want to refer you to is the Manage Brands tab on the left. So a couple of things that are important in here. I'm just going to update actually the account that I'm on. So when you're in the Manage Brands section, we have what we call Discover Brands. What this will show you is any other brands that we have on Promoboxx in your industry that you are not currently connected to. So it's possible that we have you on the platform with the North Face, for example, but you weren't aware that Carhartt is on the platform and you also sell Carhartt products. What you can do is just select the brand that you would like to add to your Promoboxx dashboard so that you start receiving content from that brand, and then just click Request One Brand in the top right-hand corner. That request will go directly to the brand so that they can either approve or deny if you are a retailer of theirs, to ensure that you start to receive their content and you can share them directly on social. Now, if you're looking for a brand that you don't see listed here, you can go to Suggest Brands and actually type in the brand name that you're looking for. Once you type in the brand name here, this will be sent directly to our team and we will reach out directly to that brand to try to get them on Promoboxx to ensure that they can start uploading that content and creative so that you can start sharing them directly on your social channels. So super important. We want to make sure that you're connected to as many brands as possible. Like I said earlier, a one-stop shop. It's super helpful to have all the brands that you carry in one place so that you can be populating your calendar, your social pages, all at once. All right. So let's just click back over to the presentation here, a couple more slides, and then we're just going to go right into the Q&A. Okay. So next steps in support, we talked about this a little bit, but I want to just include this slide here so that you have the phone number, email, and URL. So like I said, we do have a full retailer support team that's built out and dedicated to helping your business. If you do have any questions when you're on the platform, whether it's content you're looking for, you're running into a bug with connecting your pages, any issues that you're having, please feel free to reach out to us at any time. The team is awesome and they will be super speedy in getting back to you and making sure that you get the help that you need. We also do have that support center. So if you're just looking for some type of article to share with your team, or you want to kind of watch some of the videos and best practices tutorials, that's self-serve for you to access as well directly through the platform. And then if you do want some one-on-one support, we do have the ability for you to schedule a demo with our team. So talkpromoboxx.com. If you go to that URL, you can actually select a date and time that works best for you, and we'll have a support team member reach out to you directly for a 15-minute demo. So that demo could be similar to today. Maybe someone wasn't able to join the call and you just want them to get a general walkthrough of the platform. But it also could be something specific, like maybe you are trying to connect your Facebook page, your Instagram account, and you have questions on how to do that. This will be a one-on-one meeting with one of our team members, And we do see a lot of huge benefits and value in this part of the business. All right. I will pause there. I know there were some questions that came into the chat. So I'll just give everybody a minute. If you do have any questions that you want to drop into the chat, feel free, and I'll scroll through those and make sure that we get those answered. And if you are dropping off, thank you guys so much for joining today. It was really great having you on, and we will send out the recording to make sure that you have this and can share it internally with your team. So I'll just pause. Any questions that can come in, we'll go through those together. Okay, so we did get one question regarding paid ads. How can we use brand co-op funds to pay for ads? So that's a great question. We do have a lot of brands now that are integrating their co-op program into Promoboxx. That is going to be brand specific, so that's not necessarily true across the board. What I would encourage you to do is reach out to the brand directly to make sure that any content you run through Promoboxx is co-op approved. You could also ask your sales rep, and that could be a great way for us to start that conversation with the brand if we haven't yet. If it is something specific through Promoboxx, you should have received some type of email notification. We do have a number of brands that have sent out like newsletters specifically in regards to this. So if you want to send our support team a message, we can check in on that individually as well. Okay, yes, we got a question on where do you go to access comments that have been made on paid ad campaigns? Great question. So we are actually right now working with our engineering team to get a link included on the retailer side so that you can click right to that paid ad campaign. In the meantime, we can send you the link to your paid ad. So if you want to send the support team a note, then we can actually just share that link with you directly. It will be added to the dashboard eventually, but until we have that, feel free to reach out to us directly and we can send that to you. Yes, all brands are connected to Promoboxx for paid ads. So they all do have the ability to utilize it. If you don't see paid ads in there, I would definitely recommend clicking on that button here. I'll go back to the screen and make sure that you are requesting additional content from them. So request more campaigns. If you don't see anything in this section, this is a really great way for us to ensure that they know retailers are asking for more content from them, and we can start to get more content uploaded there. Yeah, choosing your own link destination. Good question. So let me go back to that slide here. So when you open up a post, and you won't always see this option, so it's only if the brand has turned this option on. When you open up the post, you'll see that preview on the left and then any of those customization options on the right. So we went through picking the page, adding the message. If you see this option that says link destination, what that means is the brand has actually allowed you to edit the link destination for that post. So instead of it just going to your retailer website, you can copy and paste a custom link into that section to ensure it's going to a specific page. So let's say you have a, you know, promotion page for that product. You can copy and paste that link in, and then that's where all the traffic's going to go when a consumer clicks on that post from your social page. And like I said, that option's not always going to be there, but something I want to highlight, it is an option that a lot of our brands do turn on for their shares. And we want to make sure that we're pushing traffic to the correct, most appropriate shop page for your business. We did get a question, how important is Twitter? I would say that Twitter is the probably the channel that's used the least through the platform. We typically see the most activity with Facebook and Instagram, and that is where I would say those channels are probably worth spending the majority of your time. However, if you do have a Twitter channel, it's super easy to just share content across all three channels. So it is something I would recommend populating that channel with content, but I do see that there's typically more consumers and interaction happening on the Instagram and Facebook channels. See a couple of people that have had some issues with connecting their pages. So I know our support team member, Annie, added the email at support@promoboxx.com. Definitely reach out to us there if you are having any connection issues. Want to make sure we can get those solved for you. Awesome. Let's see if I missed anything here. Any other questions, feel free to add them. Yeah, Tim, I know your question was specific to the EasyGo brand. Um, if you reach out to your rep and don't have any support there, you could reach out to us directly. We could try to get you in direct contact with the brand or another rep that we're working with. So if you do reach out to someone there and you're having trouble, just try to reach out to our team and we can get you in contact with someone. All right, I know we're coming up on time. Any other questions that you guys have? How do we add a sales rep if there's no drop down? Oh, good question. So, um, in the business info section, there should be a drop down section of the rep names. If you're not seeing one there, just send us a note and we can take a look at your account specifically. I'll pull up an example here just in case. So, usually, let's see if I have, I might not have one for this test account, but usually there's a drop down menu with all the names that you can pick from. If you're not seeing that, like I said, just feel free to send us a note and we can make sure that you're connected to the appropriate rep. Great. Okay, I think the questions are slowing down here. All right. Well, thank you again so much for joining today. I hope this was helpful. We will send over the recording and also have some links in there to our support team. And I'll include the deck as well. So if you guys want to share that internally with any team members, we are going to try to have some more webinar sessions like this. If this was helpful, let us know. And we can plan to host more, and you can include additional team members that maybe were not able to join today. But again, thank you so much for your time, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.